Slop City Podcast!
Oh, that's beautiful.
No, I can't. I have these two dumb bitches podcast studio in my dining room, okay?
Got your ass.
I think we were a little both off on that was it.
Got your ass.
Got your ass, mother trucker. Got your
ass.
I started a joke.
Huh?
Nothing. Sorry, that was a song.
Did you get 2 beverages?
Yeah, I got 2 beverages.
I didn't know that was a choice, or maybe I would have got 2 too. TWO.
I wanted to try this nice little bussin' new melon burst energy drink.
Melancholy sadness.
Yep, that's how I feel. All right, how's everybody doing tonight?
Hey, everybody out there in the podcast listening world.
How y'all doing, little podcasters?
How's everybody doing out there in audience members? Sound off in your homes. If you're sitting there by yourself, say, I'm here.
Well, I can tell you right now and right here what we are using to carry us through the motivation of the next hour. Not only is it the joy and the love of my friends surrounded around me, 2 cats we've been doing a podcast with for,
Quite a few years.
We've been doing this thing for almost 6 years, motherfuckers. Isn't that crazy?
How are we still all alive?
How have we done something for this long? You know?
We faced adversity. We faced layoffs. We faced COVID-19. We faced
We did face
inflation.
layoffs.
We faced adversity. Do we ever say adversity?
We did say adversity. We faced perseverance. We faced a global pandemic.
We faced vitality.
We faced you moving to a different city.
Yeah, we faced you moving to Nashville, and we're still bouncing on this thing.
If there's ever been a story of triumph, it's the story of Slop City.
It really is a story of triumph. One that we should all cherish.
And when they do a Hollywood documentary on this podcast, I don't know, 30 years. And they'll only do it if one of us goes to jail. So we're going to have to figure out who that's going to be.
And we both know who that is. It's me.
And
I don't want it to be. I don't want to go to jail for embezzling. I don't want to be charged in a federal prison.
I will definitely admit to the crime for you. It's what I do. I'm sorry. What is that?
My nicotine mint. Yep. Still strong. No vaping. I mean, I'm vaping, the chronic. But that's different. That's not an all day, everyday thing. I just do it to curb myself for now.
Curb your opiate addiction?
Yeah.
Is that the right word? Opiate? Or is it opioid?
Can I be honest, Libbie? I don't know, and I was part of the epidemic. I was affected by the opiate or the opioid epidemic.
And you survived it.
I
Came
survived
out strong on the other side.
Came out stronger than ever.
And that's the theme for today, perseverance.
It's the theme for today is Slop City Perseverance Corner.
I could even possibly, I don't know what the word is, submise to say. I could something to say that if Slop City was around in biblical times and there was a fella that built a big boat.
You think we'd have been let on?
I don't think we would have been led on, but I think we would have somehow survived the flood because we're Slop City.
Now, did everybody die during the flood?
That's from what I know. Anybody or anything that wasn't on the boat was wiped out. And that makes sense because when you get angry, you're God, and you're like, I'm mad. You're like, I'm going to wipe out the whole world of everything I just created. It was Gary. Gary did it. Everything I created is getting wiped out. We're starting over. We need a fresh start.
Yeah, and Gary was like, now somebody better make a cool song up for this whole thing. And then someone started writing, our God is an awesome God. You know, and it was just the place lit up. People were stomping as they all got wiped away.
They're like, this is what we deserve for not listening to God.
Yeah. Here's what I'll say. By me watching Game of Thrones and House of Dragon and stuff, I get why people were so easily swindled back then.
They didn't have the internet.
They didn't have the internet.
They couldn't fact check anything.
No, dude. They're all sitting around being like, yeah, so you guys ever seen a dragon? They're all sitting around chatting. They don't know. Then when they finally do see one, kind of fucks them up.
Right. You got Theodore over there saying, I see you for this fucking dragon. Fire's coming out. And then Beverly's like, there's no such thing as dragons. And then Ted's like,
Ted's the drunkest guy you'll ever meet. Ted's asleep. But he hears the word dragon and perks up.
Oh. Yeah, back in my day, we had dragons. Like, are you sure? Are there dragons in Game of Thrones?
Yes. And in the House of Dragon, this is the prequel show now. There's heavy dragon content. Okay,
so for me, that wasn't a good example then. And I say that because I assumed that they were all sitting around and Ted was saying, oh, there's dragons. And then Beverly's like, no, there's not. Turns out there weren't. But there were in the show. So my example was not a good improv start. And if we could possibly start over the whole podcast, since I was so wrong.
We can do that, or we could just deep dive into opiates or opioids and forget about it all and move on.
Okay.
We could do that if you'd like.
Yeah.
Or we can dig deeper into that. Because here's what I will say. People truly are so easily swindled there. These motherfuckers be living up in this big-ass castle, and they're just running the world, running the show from there. It makes me realize, I'm like, man, you really do need the internet to succeed as a society.
Mm-hmm. Where were they? Where's the setting of the show?
It's a place called Westeros, which is basically like, the world or whatever they call it. Oh, Westeros. This is like the area that had been explored at some point. Mm-hmm. So they've got all those little areas. They've traveled to sea sometimes a bit, whatever.
What's the weather like?
In some areas, very gloomy and wet, kind of like an Ireland vibe, Some areas, nice and sunny. Because there's different districts, and it's all ruled by, these one cats up in this little tower. But they're all connected to that country, and then that country, and that country, and they all have representatives.
When you said something about it being in a castle, I immediately thought of a big stone room that's so cold. And you got to have a person that comes up there and puts wood in that fireplace constantly because you're freezing.
Oh, it is a stone room. They're sitting around having meetings. Let me show you. Let me just give you a picture because I know you're not going to watch the show, so I can at least show you pictures and you can enjoy it.
I think I did watch one of the first episodes and it was so violent I had to immediately turn it off.
Yeah, that adds up.
It was a lot of killing going on in the first one. Now, I know that girl is the mother of dragons. Is that correct?
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah.
Yeah, very cold in that place. And it smells very like a lot of soot from a fireplace.
Oh, I mean.
A lot of smoke. They've been smoking cigarettes up there.
It has got to be just the chilliest shit ever. It's funny because there is actually one episode where they show, because there's basically, whatever, war starting and all that. Mm-hmm. So they have to go to different communities in different countries, I'm assuming it is, or states. I don't know exactly. But they have to go to these different areas that obviously have different weather, different funding. There's one house that they go to, and it's in, disrepair. They're like, oh, God, there's bats everywhere. So they kind of show you what it would be like living in a place like that. at the time if you don't have the proper means to take care of it, and how it could get shitty. Like there was like one house that's like the outside of it looks beautiful. You go in, there's bats, shit's falling apart. There's fucking weeds growing everywhere.
They don't have a
inside of the place.
caretaker.
They
Basically.
don't have a caretaker. You know what they need to do is get one. They
I'm
need to
sure
find
because there wasn't internet, so they didn't have things like
Fiverr,
Fiverr or
TaskRabbit.
resume.com where people could submit their resumes for caretakers.
Indeed. I mean, are you
Indeed.
kidding me? Indeed seems to be the popping off site where people get websites
And
or where
LinkedIn.
people get jobs.
You know, you put your thing on LinkedIn, it says been caretaker for 30 years. Somebody's going to pick you up like that.
Let's look up steps to a good LinkedIn profile because I need to know this. Caretaker for 30 years. There is nothing more to present. Caretaker, 1968 to present. That is it.
Good profile picture. A headline. Okay.
Yep. Choose the right profile picture. Background photo. Make your headline more than just a job title. Caretaker, parentheses, in love with caretaking.
Or maybe something like in it to win it, but with the number 2. In it to win it.
Yeah, or too hot to handle.
Too hot to the letter B, the number 4, gotten.
Oh, yeah.
How many yearbooks did you write that in?
Never forget.
You would write too hot to B, and then you would make a plus sign and a line for gotten.
Yeah,
You're doing basic math on somebody's yearbook.
You're doing simple math. You're training to be a server, a cashier by doing that right there. And for me, I was too busy writing hackas. Have a kick-ass summer.
For me? Do you know what that's from?
No, but
Harry.
I love it.
Harry and I did a switcheroo mukbang where I was Harry and he was Crystal, and I kept saying, for me, because he always says it. For me, I like the, whatchamacallit.
For me, F-I-M-I.
For me.
For me.
All
For
right.
me?
For me. Turn your summary into your story. This sounds like a lot just to get a job.
Yeah, this is a little too much. I mean, it's like LinkedIn's not even where you really get jobs. LinkedIn's like where you post about bragging about having a job. Where you're like, what's up, motherfuckers? All my time paid off.
Go back to that. I want to see this the buzzwords that they said to avoid. Oh, you clicked out.
I did accidentally. It's okay, though. I got it in the history of,
History of your butt.
history of my asshole.
Your little tight little asshole. What?
Yeah.
Buzzwords to avoid. Declare a war on buzzwords.
Most overused buzzwords include terms like specialized, leadership, focused, strategic, experienced, passionate, expert, creative, innovative, and certified.
And every single one of those, guess what that describes?
Me.
Slop City
Slop
podcast.
City.
Especially passionate.
Oh, God, especially
Focused.
leadership. Oh, God, we've got such strong leadership here. We always know what's going on and when things should be posted and how they should. We know we have very strong leadership
We're not
here.
scrambling at 11 p.m. on a Monday saying, are you going to post it or I'm going to post it? I don't know. We got to download it first. I can't download it because this hotel fucking sucks, man. All right, you want me to make a clip? Yeah, we'll make a clip. Oh, fuck, we got to put words on the clip. I don't know how we've done it for so long because we clearly aren't leaders.
We are not LinkedIn material. We're really not.
I mean, we're
just not. We're not Indeed material. We're not LinkedIn material. We're not resume material. And you know what? I have really started, Rafe and I have just really started to lean into like that part of myself, knowing that I being like, listen, I am not good at this. I am not good at it, and I am admitting it. And that is the only way that I can step forward into the light. What? Whoa.
You know what we're good at?
What?
You know when Slop City excels?
When?
When we show up and do this.
R2R. Ready to rock.
When we got Randy here as our safety net to record, set everything up, so we can, and I'm not trying to copy off of Jason Nelson's thing that he uses, we can focus on the funny. We focus on the funny. We don't have to focus on setting up a camera and seeing if it's on the right thing, making sure that the memory cards work,
No.
setting up a microphone, putting a background up so it's not fucking crooked.
Exactly.
We want to focus on the funny.
That is all. That's it. We want to focus on the funny. We don't have time. Even focusing on the funny is almost too much for us.
We had to record 2 podcasts, and you'd think that we were being sent off to war. We barely can do it. And that's not saying we don't love it and we don't want to not do it. We just don't have the wherewithal, the leadership, the innovation,
The strategic focused,
the strategic focus, experience, passionate.
certified leadership.
So when we say we don't know how we've done it, that's why. We don't know what to do. We do know what to do.
We do know what
We
to do.
don't know how to do it effectively. Time management skills.
No, and we are learning, okay? We are learning. We're figuring it out.
And some people say, well, you're in the 6th grade of your podcast. You're in the 6th grade. You should be getting it together by now. No, we're in the kindergarten where we rely on the teacher. Who's the teacher? I don't know. What are you going to say, Randy?
I was going to say, people don't understand how much the technology has changed for doing a podcast since, like, we started doing this one.
Go off,
Like-
motherfucker.
Go off, King.
Go
like,
off,
you
King. Let's go.
When we started, like, we did this into computers only. There was no Rodecaster podcast machines. You know, people weren't using the Shure SM7B microphones.
Oh,
and
yeah, yeah.
all that shit, you know.
Now, what is the Shure SM7B microphone? Is that the most elite?
Yeah, I call it the Joe Rogan mic. This is the one y'all are using. But
Oh,
I like them.
baby.
I got them for, yeah, because they look cool, man. I want to look cool. It's all about looking cool.
Yep.
Guess
But-
what? I feel fucking cool. Oh, my God. I didn't even notice this. When did you get these?
I've had one for a long time. I just bought a second one, so they matched.
Thank you.
When did that happen? Is this the
Couple
first
months ago.
time?
No, a couple months ago.
Well,
I noticed it when I came in.
Yeah, a couple months ago.
Well, I am really sorry that I am
be.
just now getting. See what I'm saying, guys? I have an attention to detail for only things I want to see, which is a specialized and innovative and creative approach to a hands-on approach to life.
Mhm.
What do you think?
I agree.
I mean,
This is why I haven't done my my own personal podcast in months, because it's so daunting to think about setting everything up and having to worry about that. I want to show up and focus on the funny, Jason Nelson.
TM.
I don't want to focus on the technology.
No,
I want to focus on the funny.
you want to be focusing on the intense, wonderful things. And I do just want to say that our podcast really has made an impact. Okay.
On what?
On just the world. Because I wrote this down in my phone to remind you, to tell you on the night that learned it, on the Limp Bizkit night
Yeah.
that we did the Limp Bizkit contest, because it was a night of, Rafe's radio station. So there was some fans. And we were in this area called the Green Room, which is actually, if you ever go to Hoillywood Casino Amphitheater in St. Louis, Missouri, a.k.a. Riverport, which is what it always will be, it's like an outdoor venue space or whatever. So they had this green room area. So we go in there in between shit, get drinks for free. There's popcorn in there. Not for free, but you know what I'm saying.
Popcorn, yeah.
They got popcorn in there. It's a real alcoholic center delight. You know, just if you're raging it up, that's where you want to be. They got a nice private bathroom, air-conditioned room. So we're in there hanging out, and then there was some fans at a table, like, you know, across the way. Listeners of the Riz Show, first and foremost. And one of them looks over to me, trying to be Mr. Cool Guy. And I wrote this down. He goes, "Hey, Tina, don't you have that podcast about eating pussy?" And he whispered pussy a little bit when he said it. But he was like, trying to be Mr. Cool Guy, you know? And I was like, yeah, I do, man. I was like, you should listen to it. You might learn a thing or two. And I was like, oh.
You roasted his ass.
Yeah, I got his ass. But it was all fun and good. It was his wife is a fan. She was cool. It was just a fun, nice convo. But I could not get over how funny it is that was what he picked up. He was like, "Hey, Tina, don't you have that podcast about eating pussy?" Like, that's what he gathered after all the 6 years. But it is an important topic.
When he said that, was Rafe in the room?
I think he was like off to the side talking to someone else. He was in the room though, and we both kind of looked at each other and like gave each other like a wink.
Rafe was probably like, "No, this is about me and my radio station. You don't talk about Slop City in these parts."
No, he loved it. He was he was like,
gave you a wink.
Yeah, he was like, "Hell yeah, bitch. Like, you got his ass." It was one of those like Kobe moments, you know, in a loving way. Like, it was just like me and that man's first interaction. And it was a hilarious thing for the guy to say.
Right.
So it's like, fuck, how do I follow up and match this guy's energy? How do I match him? How do I meet him where he's at? Because he came in strong.
Yeah, well, did you guys get a picture?
Yeah, I think we did get a little picture. I think me and that man did. I think me and his little wife did too. We had a wonderful time. But yeah, it was like, there was just a lot going on in the room. It was very loud, like at a concert. People are drinking, whatever. And for that guy, the guy was trying to make a statement piece.
And he did.
And he came in strong. And it was everybody, you know, Riz was there. Riz's wife was there. And like, Riz's wife is Russian, by the way, guys. So it is very awesome for me to have a fellow radio wife who is just as strong of a baddie as me.
Does she like
and I love
herring?
Her. She loves herring. She loves pickled things.
It would be a red herring if she didn't.
Oh God, you are funny, man.
I am so funny.
You really are. That's how we've done the pod for 6 years, everybody.
Well,
not by talking about eating pussy.
You know how you know why I like that guy? Because he could have went with the easy way. He could have went, "Hey Tina, ranch."
Yeah.
He could have went that easy route, but he didn't. He went for a deep cut.
He went for a deep cut. And I appreciated it. Can I be honest? Don't know if he even listened to it. I think he probably had listened to maybe one episode or overheard it and was like, "Oh, what do you know? Another group of women talking about their pussies getting eaten. God, it's so pathetic. That's all they want. I shouldn't have any introspection about myself and why this is a common thing women keep talking about.
We love getting our pussies eaten." And in my brain right now, constantly flashing is, "We reviewed your video and it cannot be suitable for any advertisers."
Yeah.
Why is that?
Which one?
All of our videos seem to be
Lately?
getting flagged.
Yeah, not all. Well, one of them was a short that I made specifically about pussy eating. I mean, I couldn't. Yeah, let's just play it. Let's go ahead.
Yeah, now we want double not good for advertisers.
Well, it was just when it's baked in, when pussy eating's baked in and it's not in the first 10 minutes. Oh, I can totally search. I didn't even mean to click on that area. I didn't mean to click on that areola, okay? Hey, look at that. We've got 10.8K subscribers. Hey, guys, if anybody's out there who knows how to improve our YouTube profile.
SEOs.
Yeah, go ahead and let us know. Do you think this is ugly?
Cute. I love it.
Or cool? 5 bags of diarrhea, quality assurance.
It's cute. I love it.
I think I did a great job.
You did. It looks good. All the colors are brand colors.
And listen, I did a great job going onto canva.com and taking a lesson in entrepreneurship.
You searched up YouTube banner picture.
That's exactly what I did. Not only did I type in YouTube banner picture on the top of Canva, but I also went on to www.google.com. I put in YouTube banners, size, and style.
Well, there's size. There's 2 different sizes. There's desktop, phone, iPad. Did you see that? It's got like, okay, this is what you'll see on the phone. This is what you'll see on an iPad. This is what you'll see on a desktop.
I'm looking at it on the desktop just to see if it looks good.
Well, you're looking at it on the desktop right there.
Excuse me, I meant on my phone.
Yeah, well.
Oh, Lord, it's perfect on my phone.
Let me see, Barbara.
Barbara, it's wonderful. It looks perfect.
Ah.
It took so much time for me, guys. I'm telling you, this took me way too long.
I love it.
Is it because I hyperfixate and get obsessive? Yes, absolutely. But I think that's a good quality I have of the ADHD camp sometimes is I can tell myself and say it out loud when I'm like, I need to calm the fuck down. What I'm doing is psycho. Like, I'll check myself. If I start organizing something that is like, you don't need to do this.
You could be doing something else right now.
Yeah, we need to stop. So I do that and stop myself, I would say, 10 out of 100 times. So
that's 10%.
10%. And we're shooting for a higher. So here's the one that we've got: artistic gymnastics, artistic swimming.
Despite our best efforts, pussy eating did not get in this year.
No.
I did lobby for that for myself. There's a canoe slalom. That's as close to pussy eating as you're going to get right there.
Canoe slalom.
Yeah. I mean, you're knocking on the door of pussy eating if you're going to do the canoe slalom. That's what I call it.
Canoe slalom.
I get in there. I get after the little man in the canoe. That's your clit right there. That guy with the little helmet on. The kayak is your pussy, and the little man in the boat is that's who we're all looking
Randy's
for.
cracking up.
Look how wet it is.
We've got artistic gymnastics.
Your partner Rafe would ever have me on the number 2 show?
Yeah.
I would love to get one of his number 2 show merches.
Yeah. Hold on.
Kind of offended he hasn't actually asked me.
Yeah.
Fuck Rafe.
I texted him just now. Text Libbie about number 2 show. She is offended. I mean, I couldn't have been more clear.
He goes, and free merch.
Oh, yeah, we do need free merch. Dude, that hat is legit.
It's so cool.
Yeah.
Hey, Randy, does Tim Cony message back?
We do need to think he is a father. He has 2 children. He has 2 children.
And it's Sunday. They're probably at church.
They're probably
Yeah.
still at church at 3 p.m. I think they go all day. I think it is actually an all-day affair.
He did text back. It just says, ha! H-A exclamation point.
Wow.
I don't know.
Ha!
I don't know what that means.
Next time he bumps me at the funny bone, I'll be sure to say ha. He probably thinks we're doing a bit. So we're gonna have to reinforce to him.
Hey, we're not joking. We would like you to play piano at the live Slop City.
Well, let's not say
okay,
that yet.
I know.
Let's say an episode.
You're
first.
right. I need to stop doing this.
'Cause he
That's
might-
part of my problem.
He might suck.
He
and,
could-
and we've already booked him for a show.
Yeah.
No way.
I know, and you said that the last time, and I still brought it up because of that. I've realized I'll just say stuff sometimes.
Well, that's what we do. I'm gonna make a video here, and
Yeah, why don't you start the video off? You got a kinder voice to start the video. Excuse me.
then I'll turn the camera around and get your guys's. Hello, everyone. It's me, Libbie Higgins, with Slop City Podcast. This message goes out to Tim Cony. If your name's not Tim Cony, just keep scrolling.
Yeah, go ahead and just keep scrolling.
So we had an idea that we could have Tim Cony come in and basically like be over there playing the piano while we do our podcast.
Very similar to like an improv show when there's a resident piano man. Sing us a song, you're the
Exactly
piano
like that.
man.
And we asked Randy to text Tim because we don't have his number because Tim, he's never given us his number. Anyway, so we said how much to get you to come do it, and he responded with
what's known as the most condescending response in America or ever. He responded back with "ha" and then an exclamation point. He didn't even write "ha ha."
I'm gonna go ahead and just tag him on that real quick.
Barbara, that was a really nice video. We really waited out the timing properly. We did a really great job on that.
Which Tim Convey do I tag? There's two.
What do you mean there is two? I don't know what you're talking about.
There's
There's
one with a professional headshot and one with just a regular picture.
Oh my God, I'm so scared. Let me go on to www.instagram.com and double check we get right Tim Convey because I do not.
One might be his t-shirt account.
Oh God, what if it's his lover account?
His lover?
Tim Convey, TimConvy.
Okay. There was two that popped up.
Would you maybe like me to text him back? Seriously, they would like to hire you to do it if you're interested before you fucking blow his ass up on the internet.
Nope.
No.
All right, don't blame me. I wouldn't either, man. Fuck him.
Absolutely not. We will absolutely be posting this on internet.com right now. Get ready, bitch.
I posted that on the story. Just so you know, Tim, this is not a bit. We really want you over there, hooked to our podcast, playing, and maybe we start to talk about something sad. You'll play like a sad. You hear something funny, and you might hear like, dun, 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 dun. I don't know. I'm not a keyboard player.
No.
But let us know in the comments, Tim Convey, or just send us a message, or text Randy back. All right, thanks. If this doesn't get Tim Convey on our show, I don't know what will.
Cool. Oh boy. We are really, truly some of the most embarrassing women that have ever lived. Think hard about all the embarrassing things we've done.
There's so many.
I can start off strong with a few. Sharing vibrators with friends. Shitting in sinks.
Yeah.
Shitting in someone's backyard one time.
Ew. I got to leave this open because it said it's not uploaded yet.
No, keep that open. Now, I will say there are farts that are coming out of my body that are gaseous.
Disgusting. All right, we got the message sent out, and if he responds back, haha, and reshares it, but doesn't say yes or no, guess what, Tim Convey, you're banned from Slop City Podcast.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
No longer will we support you or Ludo.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
You won't find me wearing my Tim Convey merch anymore.
Do you want to watch the video of Ashley Gay?
Yeah. No, because it'll dock us pay.
Yeah, you're right. You know what? Why can't we just have a rule for comedians if you're on YouTube that you could play a 5-second clip of something? Or I just think that's how it should be.
Well, people do that. And what it is they get a pass because they have big podcast.
They have what we call big podcasts.
You think somebody's going to tell Joe Rogan to take something down and demonetize him? No, he's Joe Rogan.
Joe Rogan.
Yeah. Hold on. Gotta bite this piece of skin off.
I've been biting lately. I stop, I start, I stop, I start. I put stop the bite on. I put my finger in my mouth.
Stop the bite.
It hurts my mouth. I stop for a bit. I never get my nails done. And then we're back to square one.
Does stop the bite have a peppery taste or a sour taste?
Chemical. Tastes like an actual chemical is in my mouth. Tastes like like I have a cotton ball that is in nail polish remover and it's inside of my mouth for a couple of hours
That kind of
when I
stuff
put it in my mouth.
did not stop me from sucking my thumb.
Are you still a thumb sucker? Every now and then?
Yeah.
Every now and then I put my thumb. Well, guess what? I sleep with a blankie. So who's jacking who? You know what I'm saying?
I dare somebody to say something to me. I'll fight him.
I fucking
While
dare
sucking
you, bro.
my thumb.
Yeah. I'll fight you while sucking you off.
That's why I'm so good at sucking D, because I suck my thumb, dude.
That actually makes a lot of sense.
No, it doesn't. It's not the same.
Yeah, for sure.
I'm not going like this to my thumb.
Yeah, you're not. You're not. That's a micro. I don't know. I don't really feel comfortable making fun of people for their penis sizes.
Oh, I wasn't. I was talking about my thumb.
I just meant in general. I'm like, what should everyone deserves love. So what if you don't have a big honker?
Right.
So what if you don't have this big dinger?
Somebody might say to me, you got a big pussy. And they would be right. So who am I to judge about somebody's ding dong size?
I will be honest. I do think I've got a pretty loose pussy. I hate saying that
Randy,
about myself.
Put your finger in there and check it out and see.
Come here, get in this little cave. Come on.
Come on, Randy. Put a glove on.
I mean, come on.
Put a prophylactic gun.
How do you know? Let's look that up. How do you know if you've got a loose one?
I want to see what pops up when you put loose. Oh.
ASCdenver.com. That looks pretty.
A loose one.
First things first, there is no such thing as a loose vagina. Your vagina may change over time due to age and childbirth, but it won't lose its stretch permanently. Your vaginal
Don't say canal.
Your vaginal canal is elastic. This means it can stretch to accommodate things coming in, like a tampon or sex toy, or going out, like delivering a baby. Hey, did you see how people are saying that Tim Walz, the guy that Kamala picked for VP, I guess, are calling him Tampon Tim?
I did see that.
I was like, when I looked up what it was, I was like, oh, I mean, cool.
Is it
All hail Tampon
what did he
Tim?
do? Why do they call him that?
Free tampons in public schools.
So they're saying that to him like he's a bad thing?
Yeah, they're like, yeah, look at this big time pussy Tampon Tim.
He wants to give free tampons of women because we don't choose to menstruate. That's not a choice.
I'm just curious what this is. Tampon Tim, okay, is a weird meme behind a real problem. Okay, let's not get that dramatic. I just want a fucking description. I don't need a fucking think piece. Why doesn't everyone just take a goddamn breath? Good God.
Just tell us why they call him that.
Why? Included a man. Okay, so as governor of Minnesota, one of Tim Walz's accomplishments was signing a 2023 education law that included a mandate for schools to provide free menstrual supplies to students in grades 4 through 12. Ow! So they were claiming that it requires school districts to supply tampons and pads to both female and male bathrooms.
Oh, that's why.
Oh, due to transgender boys who may menstruate. On social media, the hashtag Tampon Tim began trending on August 6th. Huh.
We don't want to put tampons in our boys' restroom. What if the boys see it? They might get horny. They're going to start thinking about pussy holes and get horny in school.
As a woman, there is no greater threat to a woman's health than leaders who support putting tampons in men's bathrooms in public schools. Guess what? I support you putting a fucking tampon in a men's bathroom. What if I want to go inside that men's bathroom and I want to fuck my man? in a men's bathroom. Not in a, oh God, we're talking about schools.
Schools.
Oh boy.
Retract.
Oh boy. Oh boy. Oh boy. Retract. I am really sorry, guys.
Retracting. The bit went too far. The bit went too far.
The bit went too far, and I forgot the location of the improv scene. And then I remembered the improv scene was a school bathroom, and I would not be in a school bathroom doing something promiscuous like that because that is disgusting. I would be in my own home or a club bathroom when I'm talking about something like this. I am talking about being in a club.
Wow, she did the whole apology tour before even anyone canceled her.
Had to do it, brother.
Okay.
And that's for myself.
They're just mad because they want to put it in boys' bathrooms.
That's why. I get that makes sense.
I thought it was they just didn't want.
That makes sense for them.
Right.
Is what I'm saying.
Right.
Like this, now I'm like, oh, okay, got it.
Of course they're mad about it.
Yeah, I thought they were just straight up roasting.
Well,
okay, well, either way,
we're not a political podcast, guys.
No, we're not. We don't have anything to say about anything, and we're just going to keep quiet, okay, guys?
We just want to know about loose vagines.
We just would love to know if your pussy can get loose.
I wish they had, you know how they have the different things like the in-body scan and the...
You'd like that for your vaginal canal?
Fat thing to see how much fat. I'd like a instrument you stick in there. It's like, oh, it could be a little bit tighter. Oh, wow, our instruments won't even fit in there. It's so tight.
Exactly.
Which would probably be me. They'd be like, I can't get it in there. It's too tight.
You got a tight
I'm
hole?
sure it's not.
No.
But
There
how
ain't
do you
no way.
know?
Yeah, I mean, hey, I say if you can put your fist in there, maybe you got something to think about.
Can't.
Cool.
But that's what this is
Me
saying.
neither.
That's what this is saying. It grows and shrinks. It grows to accommodate a baby, but also will shrink down to accommodate a ding dong or a tampon
Yeah.
or even a fresh vegetable. If that's your thing.
The truth is, the vagina and vaginal canal are very stretchy, so you can put things in it like tampons, sex toys, or penises.
Or, that was the last one. Or, I don't know, a penis.
And they stretch a whole lot when you're delivering a baby. While you can't have a loose vagina, it's possible for your vagina to lose some of its elasticity due to having a baby or getting older, usually beginning after you turn 40. And this loss in stretchiness isn't forever. Like Libbie said, after childbirth, vagina goes back to regular elasticity. Some people do pelvic floor exercises, a.k.a. Kegel exercises, to strengthen the muscles around their vagina and vaginal canal.
So it's not the canal, it's the muscles around that become atrophied,
well,
if you will.
Listen, there was a tank top that I wore. I got it in many photos on my Facebook. There was a black tank top that I wore that went like this and kind of caved down a little bit like that.
Okay.
Okay. I wore that tank top. It used to be tight. I wore that tank top so motherfucking much over the years, washed it so much, went to, sucked guys off in it, hung out with friends, smoked cigs, pet cats, did all of that over and over again. And it lost its elasticity over the years.
And you're not getting it back?
Oh, it's gone. I had to throw it away. It got so loose over time. And it was devastating. That was one of my prized possessions.
Well, I can assure you that that tank top is not made up of the same material that your hole is. And what I'm trying to say
they're very
is,
similar.
what I'm trying to say is, if you're going to compare and contrast,
Mhm.
which is something we learned in, what was that, like 6th or 7th grade?
C and C.
You can't compare and contrast a beloved tank top with a beloved hole because they're not the same.
No.
You could maybe compare a butthole to a vagina because they're holes.
Now, I have a question. Be honest. Do you like BS?
Yes.
Like all in? You're like, if you're
But
talking.
it's like the first 45 seconds.
Yeah, baby. Okay.
The first 45 seconds can be excruciatingly painful. So much so that it makes me feel like I could pass out.
How how your voice changed when you said excruciating, I felt it. It's like when you're riding a bike into a ditch and you hit your pussy so hard for the first time that you're like, I get it. Because that's how I felt the first time something went inside of my beehole.
It feels like it's ripping your beehole open.
Holy fucking cannoli. That shit is wild. Oh my God. I remember the first time, instant. You know.
Yeah.
That fucking.
Now the butthole is different.
Now the butthole is a
You
beautiful.
stretch that thing out too much, you're gonna have problems. You're gonna have dookie coming out.
Yeah, you need to be careful there, bro. That is what I've heard. I don't know. That could be not true. Is it true? You got to be careful. Because I know a gal who got fucking water blasted up into her asshole and she had to have a bag.
You know her?
Yeah.
Or you heard this on the internet?
I know her. It was a girl that I was in rehab with.
She still has the bag?
No. Asshole healed. She had a baby and stuff. But I mean, I think it took a few years. I mean, I think that kind of ass blast can fuck you up, bro.
I mean, you don't want to rip it to shreds.
No, and I mean, this was a high-powered machine, a jet ski.
What was she doing?
Something happened that water entered her asshole at the perfect angle. It kind of blasted her out for a bit. Now, I don't know if it did some damage on the inside or what. This is what I heard. Dude, blast me out. I'm not saying I don't like a little BS, but it's like, you got to be careful.
Right.
You got to be careful because I've had a couple accidents, like I've told on this pod when I did, we weren't even doing BS stuff and I S'd in Rafe's H.
But do you have to say BS stuff or can you just say BS? Because it seems like you're saying butt stuff. Butt stuff.
Yeah, you're right. I do need to just say BS.
It's a double negative.
It's a double negative. God damn it. That is literally that clip. If you have not watched the best of episode, the rewind episode, I think it was like 260. Who fucking knows? I don't give a fuck. Just go look it up. Slop City Rewind. There is a God Bless the USA LLC clip that we all laughed so hard at today. Just sitting outside, sitting out front, laughing at ourselves.
Is there something wrong with the numbering of our podcast?
Why are you asking that?
It just seems like other podcasts that haven't done as long as us are almost to our number.
Yeah, why is that? I don't like that. I think it's because we started at 1. They all started at 100. I think that's it. Let's look at it. Let's look at the viral podcasts and see what they did. Those are our compadres.
There was a couple podcasts I was looking at yesterday, and I'm like, how are they at us and they just started?
I really think it's because they're starting at 100. Because these MFs, dude, let's do a calculator. Let me show you guys something visual, okay?
If they did that, we should go in and change all our numbers.
Oh, I'm gonna
look at
and then we can.
Who's somebody else that just started that I was looking at yesterday?
Boy, howdy, guys. Boy, howdy. We got some stuff cooking for y'all, and things are.
We do?
I don't know. Yeah. We're doing cool stuff. We're doing amazing things. Okay, let's look. I feel like Amber Autry's someone who just started a pod, right?
Yeah.
Or if they had one for a while.
It's called I'm Fine, You're Fine, or I'm Fine, It's Fine.
I'm looking at viral. Let's look at their videos. Where did they start? Oldest. Yeah, there's if you go online on websites, there's usually going to be a little tab that you can click when you get to youtube.com/@Slop City.
Mm-hmm.
There's a tab that says oldest, latest, popular. You can click either one of those. It's going to take you to that section. When you hit the button that says latest, it'll take you to the latest video that has recently come out.
Yeah, well.
Oldest. Episode 1. No, they started at 1.
They started at 1. Where are they at now?
Maybe we did fuck up at some point.
We got to check it because it seems like we should be at 600 or something.
Well, let's go to calculator.com. Okay, so let's see how many websites we have. I mean,
there's 52 episodes per year. approximately.
Slop City. I'm putting that in there on .com. Okay, everybody, I am on .com.
Episode 276.
Videos. Now, we've got 276. That's where we're at as of today when we're recording. 276. So let's go into calculator.com. 276 divided by $52. $276 divided by $52 on www.calculator.com equals
5 years.
5.30. 5
about
years.
right.
5.3 years. I guess that does kind of make sense.
Because
We're
we
in
missed a couple here and
August.
there. And
We're in August by the time we get to November when
look at the Theo Von podcast.
Theo Von.
He's had his for a while.
So have Your Mom's House on YouTube. Or Your Mom's House with Tom Segura
And what are they
and
on?
Christina P. Okay, Theo Von. I'm going to his website.
523.
Yes, 523. $502. I mean, that makes sense. We're getting up to 300. Virals where?
Oh, if you click up to latest.
137.
4 days ago. Okay.
And then Your Mom's House. What are they at? Let's look at them, guys. We're cross-referencing. We're cross-breezing.
Other podcasts that we know. They're on 771. And they've been doing it for 14 years.
14 years, which makes sense. Guys, I literally sent that to Libbie like a few weeks ago and was like, nah, check that out. They've been doing it for 14 years.
Hmm.
We'll get there someday.
Well, I think we did it right. It just doesn't. When you look at the number 274, you don't think 4, 5, 6 years. You think, wow, that's a couple months. In my brain.
Well, that's why you're not number one, like this guy right here on the Google screen. Paris games conclude, and that's why you're going to be that guy.
Why don't we start? So we can go back in episode 1. We could put it as episode 1000.
Yeah, we can just start that as 1001, 1002, 1000, and people will start and be like, "Oh my god!" But then we're gonna have.
But we did start at 100, I think, and then I went back in and changed it all.
Yeah, I
remember?
think
because
you
we
did.
got fucked up. And we were like, wait a minute.
Yeah, we fucked up a couple of episodes. There was definitely some things that had changed. I will say,
It brought me joy because I'm like, pizza.
oh God, yes, we're about to have food. What did we order? We ordered a St. Louis style pizza, which means it's got Provel cheese. If you don't know what Provel cheese is,
Fuck
it's
you.
not real. I mean, it's real, but it is not a real cheese. I told Svetlana, my mom, the other day, not my character. I
Mhm.
told Svetlana, my mom, the other day that we have American cheese and stuff in the house. She's like, oh my God, Christina, you guys need to stop eating this. Oh my God, you cannot eat this. Why is Rafe still eating this trash? Oh, she was pissed.
Well,
And
has
I
she
told
ever
Rafe-
had a slice of American cheese on a cheeseburger?
She's like convinced it doesn't taste like anything.
Oh,
She
it
thinks
tastes
it's
delicious.
disgusting. And
Might
I
be
said,
disgu-
I said, Mom, have you ever woken up in the middle of the night, hit 2 vaporizer pens, 1 nicotine, 1 marijuana, and then went to the fridge, opened it up, pulled out 3 pieces of American cheese? You gave 1 to Bo, 1 to Simba, and 1 to yourself at 3 a.m. in the morning, and then maybe grabbed a handful of cashew nuts, popped those into your mouth, and then got back into bed. Have you done that, Mom? Until you have, I don't want to hear you say fucking dick about shit.
When I'm in the grocery store, I'll think back to some of my favorite COVID meals. And one of them was one of those frozen burritos that's in the purple bag. I would take 2 of the frozen burritos, cook them till they were almost done, then take 4 slices of American cheese, 2 for each burrito. So it's completely covered.
Covered, T to B, top to bottom.
Melt that, pull it out, put sour cream on each one, and then fucking eat it. Oh, God. It's the 2 slices, so it's completely covered.
Top to bottom. I mean, every single
Covered.
section is covered. And you do it in a nice triangle. Yeah, I know exactly.
And you don't get the Velveeta
No.
American cheese. You get the
Deluxe deli slices.
No, not even that, because it doesn't melt as easily as the
Oh, you're
I'm talking like a
singles.
craft single.
Wow.
Whew.
Yeah,
Whew. I might go to the grocery store and pick me up. No, I'm not going to.
because you don't have a fridge at the nice hotel you're staying at.
Well, not only that, but I'm not trying to live that lifestyle anymore.
The American
2
cheese
burritos
lifestyle.
with 4 pieces of cheese. That's excessive. Now, could I eat that every couple months? Yeah, for a little treat.
Yeah, a little snacky
But I'm
snack.
talking about I'd come home from work and that's what I'd eat, brother.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Oh, my God. Can you fucking believe we all made it through COVID? Shit got fucking bad
it was so
for me.
fun, man. I loved it.
It was fun, but I kind of spiraled because my therapist left me, which
Right.
is not her fault. She had to go. Things came up. I get it. But it's like I had just started doing some EMDR and like opening up a whole fucking can of traumatic worms in my body. And good God, did it affect my life and mental health for the worst?
Oh,
Had a rough time. But either way, still did have some fun, you know?
God, I loved COVID-19 quarantine.
I said the other day, and listen, I know that people are going to be mad about me, but I said the other day, I go, listen, we're going to win the fucking Super Bowl next year, okay? The Chiefs are going to win the Super Bowl this coming year, and that is going to mark us winning 3, three-peat, maybe. So I just, well, that'll be our 3rd in a row, won't it?
Mm.
Yeah, either way, I was like, would I, if someone came to me and said, hey, listen, if COVID-19 doesn't happen, Chiefs don't win the Super Bowl. You got to pick. You got to say yes or no on the COVID-19.
Mm-hmm. And you picked Super Bowl.
I'm not going to say yes verbally, but I'm going to write yes on a piece of paper.
Yeah.
I'm going to write yes on a piece of paper, and then I'm going to do this.
And who are you going to give it to?
I'm going to give
person
it
that asked?
the person that asked me, hey, what are you doing? And I'm going to say that, and then I'm going to walk around,
And take a couple hits off your vape.
take a couple hits off my vape, and
And they're going to
Act
open
like
it
I
and say, I can't believe you'd kill people for the Super Bowl winner.
yeah, for sure. And I'll have to look at them and be like, I didn't say anything.
It's hypothetical.
It's all hypothetical, guys.
You
know?
don't want people to pass
I don't
away.
want anybody to die, but it's also like I didn't know them.
But if
No,
you're
I'm
faced
kidding.
with this question,
It's tough. There's a moral dilemma, guys. I'll tell you that. There is a really fucked up moral dilemma. And it's because there have been so, yeah, maybe I think I'm entitled to it. Maybe I think, listen, I've been through a lot and I'm going to get what I want.
mm-hmm,
And, that's not right or fair.
it makes sense.
But I'm being honest.
right.
That I'll have a moral dilemma.
Your honesty will
Carry me further
cause
than anything.
many, many family members to cry.
Sure. A lot of
A lot
Problems.
of tears. A lot
Yeah.
of tears. But that's all right. We like football and it's important.
so thanks a
And
lot.
that's a good way to end this
Yeah.
because after this podcast airs, Slop City will be no more.
Yeah, there will not
Tina
be.
is a COVID denier.
I will officially be a COVID denier, even though I've had it twice and officially tested.
It's just like the flu.
Yeah, it's exactly like the flu, you fucking turd. Turd.
Okay. And we're not going to delay the end of this anymore.
Yeah, because we got some pizza to eat. So we love y'all. Thanks for being Slop citizens. Thanks for being here. And we hope that you persevere.
And we'd like to give a special thanks to Randy, our producer, who allows us to, Jason Nelson's, focus on.
Yeah.
Thank you so much. We love you guys.
And cut. Oh!
You ugly looking bitch. If you don't like it, kiss her ass.
The end of this podcast is off the chain.
Ray!